Hi guys, welcome back to the Let's Play. This is another double feature. Let's get chapter 24 and 25 started. Alright, this is an easy card to miss. I know I missed it like my first time through. Oh, he moves so slow. So we have to speak to everybody on the path. If you miss one person, the door will not unlock.
You'll also be able to return back soon.
Fortunately, they don't really say much of note, except maybe York's mom and dad. Oh yeah, and Thomas says something too.
Very soon, you'll be able to go back to where you came from.
All the girls just giggle. Aw, Anna and Becky wear matching dresses. And they have matching animations as well. Yeah, I'm just thinking, if you just move through the story, you barely learn anything about Diane or Becky. It's kind of sad that they're not included more within the main storyline. Because, like, they're introduced and then they're dead.
You also need to have more fun. I'll play with you a little if you like.
Ain't nobody got time for that, Thomas. We gotta save the world.
Expect no praise. You did nothing but your duty.
Whatever, Dad. I should get some praise. I've done some pretty cool stunts during this case. Diving off of balconies, catching women falling.
Francis, well done. I'm sure your father wants to congratulate you.
Well, he totally didn't.
I'm sorry, but I can't allow you to go with your parents yet. There is still something you need to do. Open that envelope.
I guess we can't go back.
There is still something you need to do.
Oh. I thought maybe he said something different. Hey Emily, how you doing? Why you look so sad? Got some interesting items on this table. A few of the clues from the case. Emily's holding a casing doll. Alright, let's just open this envelope. That's an interesting little angle. I do think this game does have some cool camera angles. And you can tell that the people who made this were a fan of movies, you know?
Agent York, finally you're awake. How long have I been out?
A whole day, plus 10 hours or so. I wanted to challenge you to a game, but you were asleep.
Emily. Which room is Emily in?
Emily? What, she hurt too? She hasn't come into the hospital.
What? I told Kaysen to bring her here.
Kaysen? Well, Kaysen came. He's the one who brought you here. Which reminds me. He asked me to give you this.
What is it?
I don't know. He just asked me to hand it to you after you woke up. Anyway, you solved the case, right? Hey, do you want to play some chess?
Sorry. I'll have to take a rain check. I have an urgent issue I need to attend to, and I need to leave the hospital. Zach, I have a bad feeling about this.
So do I. Kaysen, I gave you one job, and that one job was to bring Emily to the hospital, and you totally failed at that. What kind of sidekick are you? And magically, all of our cars teleported to the hospital parking lot. Alright, we're going to take York's ride.
Zach, I'm getting a really bad feeling about all of this. I truly believe George was the murderer that we were after, but killing him, of course, does not solve all the murders related to the red seeds. I do not know if what Harry said is true at all, but the answer to the mystery of those red seeds is here in this town. I'm sure of that. I failed as an FBI agent. I left Emily alone as I slept through an entire day. Zach, I need you to pray with me. Pray that things have not gone too far. All we can do is go to the location written in Kaysen's letter.
So the dogs that drop into the road are pretty easy to avoid. You just gotta stay away from the middle of the road, 'cause that's where they'll land most of the time. I'm just fast forwarding this part. I mean, we're just driving to George's house. By this time, you guys should all know where that is. Oop, overshot it.
George's house?
Why are you saying it like that? The map said George's. I thought you knew where we were going. Oh. This is really not what I expected. Is this really George's house? It's like he's some sort of squatter. No furniture. What's with all the boards covering the windows? Did he not know of this wonderful invention called curtains?
This is most strange, Zach. I thought this story was all over. But it looks like there's something else before we get to see the ending.
Really, that's what you're gonna comment on? Not, the dinginess of the house and the lack of furniture? This is the King Castle. I assume why this need to display power, something I'll never understand. How is this a display of power? So this is where George used to live. We shouldn't be getting sentimental, Zach. We got work to do. Well, given the state of his home, I'm guessing there was no sort of company picnic barbecue at his place. Did he ever have visitors? This is probably why he spent all his time over at, the Galaxy of Terror. His home is pretty pitiful. Does doesn't even have sheets for his mattress. There are signs it's been used, so George did actually live here. Well, do we really know that for sure? You know, if his mother's living here, ugh, and she's sick? I guess he really didn't want people to see inside. No sympathy for your George. Gee, what gave you that idea, York? Maybe all the windows being covered? And now this is also why we could never peep into his house. They were completely covered. Kind of a clue that he was doing something shady. I also like that he doesn't seem to have any doors. Inside his home, at least. They're all just tarps. So this was the wire found at each crime scene. Should we send this in as evidence, or do we no longer need to? Well, I still think we should collect it. You know, close the case file. Got a toolbox, a briefcase, some beer bottles. Hey, Mrs. Woodman, do you still live in here? 'Cause if you do, I feel really, really bad for you being sick and stuck in this house. Well, she did abuse him, so maybe she deserved it. Never mind. I feel a draft of air from somewhere below. Any pointers, Zach? You have to pay. He has a payphone in his home? That's weird. I don't want to pay $1. Wait. There's a phone right there. Why do I have to pay at that phone? Probably shouldn't try to get in here. Oh, that's the garage. Okay. Well, there's only really 2 other rooms we can explore here. Bathroom. There's a crack in the mirror. Someone shaved here. Why not do this in the bathroom? Is this not the bathroom? No, it is the bathroom. I don't know what you're talking about, York. We're gonna totally shave. This house is practically a relief of George's psyche. You could say that. You know, the bathroom is a lot cleaner than I would have expected given the rest of the house. You know, I would have expected to see black mold and whatnot. Alright, new trading card, stuffed deer. Alright. Let's check out the kitchen. What's with all the mannequins? George, was your mom some sort of seamstress or something? It's a weird item to have in your house. See, look, there's another phone that I can't use to save. I can't believe 2 people would be able to live here. The mysteries of the criminal mind. I'm starting to believe that 2 people don't live in here, York. Alright, you got some canned food here. Some beans. What does he have here? He has Good Morning cereal. Ooh, that wire is a little bit too close to that outlet. Might get shocked. He does own some soap, so maybe that's a good sign. Does someone really cook in this kitchen? The health officers would turn pale if they saw that. He really seems to like that Good Morning cereal, though, maybe that's all he ate? A sheet is swaying slightly. A draft of air is coming through near my feet. Well, just a guess now, but I'm assuming that there's a door there, and I love doing that. Red sparkles totally gave it away, George. I'm sorry, but I found your secret door. Also, maybe don't put a tarp there. That's also a clue. Ooh, what is on his wall? Is that writing, or is it just, like...
Zach, it looks like George really had a thing for Emily.
Oh, it's so creepy. I could have done without seeing his stalker shrine. Yeah, that's like writing on the wall. What is with this setup? Okay, we got another bed and some clothing. Clothes have been thrown on the bed. The king's bed doesn't look comfortable. No, his mattress is upstairs for some reason. What is with these wires? Like, the wall's covered with Emily's pictures. I don't think Emily needs to see it. I don't think she needs to see it either. Because this would scare the crap out of her, I'm sure. Got pictures of Emily. We got some, looks like notes and random Polaroids of places. Oh. You got some repeats there, George. But you know what? At least we don't see any that's been like taken through her window of her home or something like that. What is in those bags? Okay, they're evidence bags because they got the little tag on there. I mean, I'm just kind of seeing Emily's name's on the bag. These must be items she used. George, you are definitely guilty. Oh, he would take things of hers. Oh, man. That is really creepy. Oh, hard to get a good look. It looks like nail polish and little bottles of stuff. Ugh. Remember, I was joking, like, the first time I saw this room, it was like I was in the middle of a Lifetime movie, stalking Emily. There's a crack in the wall. We could take a peek through it. No, it's more than a crack. It's a doorway. Oh. I don't like... Is that his mom? Oh, boy. Okay, I just wanted to point out, though, we are missing something, a key element. In both the 360 and the Director's Cut PS3 versions, there's a song that would play throughout the time you're in George's house, and it would be really soft until you got down here, and then it would be loud. It was sort of like a musical way to say, hey, go downstairs. So I'm guessing the PC port just glitched or something, or they forgot to include that music file. Who knows, but it was there in the original and on the Director's Cut PS3 release. I'm just seeing if I could see inside the room without stepping inside. Alright. Cutscene. Ooh, I think she's dead, Jim.
Meeting the mother is always a bad experience after killing the son. Zach, look. That wasn't a reversed peace mark. It's a tree. Tree.
FK in the coffee.
F.K. Kaysen. Forrest Kaysen. He's the one?
Zack did try to warn you right from the get-go. Oh, look, George did give her the flowers we gave him earlier in the game.
Emily.
Come to the theater, there the final curtain shall rise. Yeah, the game didn't really hide it. I mean, Kaysen was pretty suspicious right from the get-go, especially because of that coffee premonition. And then he was selling red tree saplings, and you were looking for these red seeds that were under these red trees. I thought they kind of laid that on thick, that you shouldn't trust Kaysen. So Kaysen is the killer he's been tracking across the country. I think he's the one spreading all the red seeds and convincing people to kill people.
Previously during the investigation.
Welcome to Greenvale. Agent Francis York Morgan.
You're out of your mind. The goddess won't smile for you anymore, George. Emily. Which room is Emily in? That wasn't a reversed peace mark. Red tree. Zack, I need you to pray with me. Pray that things have not gone too...
Okay. Ooh, okay, this is the 1956 massacre. Are we gonna play the Raincoat Killer? Or did York become the Raincoat Killer? No. This is in 1956.
There!
And they
over
still have that
there.
Thanksgiving sale. That sale has gone on for like over 50 years now. Oh my god, this is so cool. We get to play the Raincoat Killer. But I just want to point out this billboard. This is where the A&G Diner is. But in the original game, it was a little bit clear. You could see the 1956 style. But when they replaced the trees, the new leaves and all that just blocked that out. So I thought that was kind of funny. This opening was a little bit more cinematic than it became in the director's cut. You'd also notice that for some reason the coloring is a bit different in this section for the director's cut. The original one, it's all sepia toned. I guess they kind of forgot to do that here. I like how the townspeople just melt when they die. So I noticed 2 new buildings in this section. See the Green Tree Garden building? It was kind of hard to tell that was a new building in the old version of the game because of the color difference. But that building only appears in the sequence. You don't have another Green Tree Garden in the modern day Greenville. And what's also kind of cool is we don't have the A&G Diner, and we don't have that bank either. So I kind of like how they changed up the structures a little bit for this sequence. I mean, most of it's, you can't do that much exploring. You're kind of forced on this like single path because of all the red vines. But I think it's kind of cool that the streets actually look a little bit different from 50 years ago in the past. This right here is another new building I haven't seen anywhere else in the game. Hold on, let me kill these guys. Okay, sure. So I'm not sure what type of building this is supposed to be. I mean, they have like a little steeple thing. I don't think it's church though. And we got a better view at that Green Tree Garden shop, the front. It looks like there's some potted plants and some stairs. So that was kind of neat. I definitely didn't notice those buildings the first couple times I played this game, but I think just because I've been looking at the concept art and I was just kind of running around this area, those two new buildings just jumped out at me like, oh, well, I've never seen them before. So I thought that was interesting. I do like how his axe makes sparks even over grass. So you pretty much have to get up to the clock tower before the 13th bell rings, like from Harry's story. The 12 rings take about 5 minutes to occur. It's basically the length of this song, Amazing Grace. Plenty of time to get up there. And you really don't have to waste time killing any of these enemies. Most of them just sort of stand in place and wave their weapons at you as you go by. Like that. That guy is just floating and on fire. For some reason, a lot of the cars here are not appearing in the director's cut. I do think this is a really cool sequence, though. Like, who would have thought that we would be able to play as a raincoat killer? Man, the townspeople went pretty freaking crazy. Where'd all these rocks and shit come from? Knocking down trees. Setting fire to everything. As soon as you get up there, we'll automatically go to 12. And this new cutscene will show. Thanks, guys, for unlocking it for me. So now you only have about 1 minute and 30 seconds to get up towards the clock tower. Alright, so you can fail this chapter. One is just by letting the townspeople beat you up. And the next is, this is when you miss reaching the clock tower in time. The Raincoat Killer goes crazy. We made it, so we didn't go crazy. Damn, Jason's old. Oh man, no, guys.
Daddy, Mommy, and Grandpa. Everyone's acting strange.
It's okay.
Ow.
Zach, the situation has gone way out of control. We need to get inside the theater.
Okay, let's do it.
Zach, they're currently being controlled by an unknown force. Let's try not to hurt them if we can.
Alright, this is what happens if you hurt them. York goes crazy. And it's an automatic investigation throw. But I do think that Raincoat Killer sequence is pretty interesting. It gives a whole new spin to the legend. Like, everyone was saying that he was just mass killing people. But it looks like that the Raincoat Killer, Harry's dad, was one of the few people that still had his faculty, his mind. It was in control of his actions somewhat. And he tried to confront the source of the problem, which was the clock tower. I guess he reached it and failed. So I think that's kind of interesting that it could be that the Raincoat Killer was trying to save everybody. This room is a big clue that we got a big fight coming up, so gotta get ready for it. Okay, what's new at Panda Bear? An assault rifle. And bullets. Okay. We don't really need any of that because I'm gonna primarily just use my Magnum. Let's change our suit. What should we wear? I'm gonna do dancing all night. I'm gonna do a lot of running around, so that'll be useful.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
No, let's not.
Open.
Yeah, let's go.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. York.
And finally you arrive, York.
George is dead. You've got nowhere left to run.
George! Oh, right, George. He was a funny one. I gave him a toy locket, and he was so impressed, so moved. But he wasn't very intelligent. He was born in this town, you see, and it took him too long to discover the red seeds. binding down people with rules is a sign of small-mindedness. And that was what George represented in life.
I'm taking Emily.
Oh, but I can't allow that now, can I? York, you left her to me, in my care. Remember, I told you to come with us, didn't I? Must remember that. But you didn't come. You chose your job over the woman that you love.
Oh, fuck off.
Casey, this chit-chat is over.
Over? Indeed it is. My fun with Emily ended just a moment ago. It was a fantastic moment. Like eating a full-course dinner that ends with the ultimate dessert. I fed her a fake story about my past, and she took in every word.
Cut out your nonsense. I told you, no more talk.
There you go, York. That's right. Feel the hate boiling from the bottom of your stomach. That's what makes little men create such great and amazing history. Just like tiny ants that make giant ant hills.
Where'd those tree paintings come from?
You know, I just had dessert, and yet I'm already hungry again. No wonder why I keep failing at keeping a diet.
Kaysen, stop. The next one will pierce you between your eyes.
York.
Emily, it's me. I'm here. Don't worry. Everything will be fine now.
York? Is that you? Oh, thank God. York,
Emily, no. That isn't me.
No.
York.
No.
York.
No.
Emily!
Ew. Oh my God.
York. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Emily. Hurry, come over here. We need to get you to the hospital.
I can't. I can't go to you. I've been soiled.
No, that's not true. You have a heart that can't be soiled. No matter what happens to your body, you are still yourself.
York.
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
Oh, didn't I tell you? Getting these saplings to sprout requires a certain technique. What do you think? Artistic, isn't it? It's like a surrealistic painting.
York, shoot me.
Emily?
Let me die. Please. York.
Oh no.
Zach. What should I do?
I'm sorry, my darling.
Let her go! Remove that sapling from her body, Kason.
Xander, it's too late. Once it's like this, I can't do anything to stop it.
Please, darling, shoot me. I'd rather die. If you love me, let me die.
At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love. Yes, I couldn't do it. However, you can. When the time comes and you have to make that decision, make the right one. Okay, Zach?
Morgan, Francis, Zach, Morgan, Francis, Zach, Morgan. I saw you, Zach.
Hey, Zach. It's okay. I'm here. I'm with you. I'll be with you always. We can get through this together. Who are you? My name is York. Me and you will always be together. Okay, Zach? I'm you, and you are me. Now, give me your hand.
I remember. I traded places with York. York, the other me, my other personality.
Zach, please shoot. Kill me.
York, what should I do? Tell me what to do, York. Zach, you have to decide for yourself what you must do.
I'll be with you no matter what you decide. Don't worry.
Okay, so obviously we have to point the gun at Emily, but the two other options actually give you some cool insight into Kayson's character and some background. So this is what happens when you aim at Kayson.
You don't deserve to live.
I don't deserve to live. Well, unfortunately, I've always been more than human. I'm a messenger of the Red Tree, a citizen from the Red World.
That's enough, Kayson.
And this is if you point the gun at your own head and commit suicide, just like your dad.
Emily, I can't shoot you.
Like father, like son, taking the same path. And to think York went through all that pain to get you out of the red room that you were stuck in all this time.
Zach! No!
Emily, we only had a short time together, but I'm glad to have met you. Goodbye.
And both of those options will lead you into this little cutscene of Zach in the red room, kind of going crazy. And a dead Emily.
Zach, you made the wrong choice. But don't give up. Think carefully. Father's words will guide us. Now again, focus on reality, Zach.
So you're given the option to give up, which is an automatic game over, or start again, which will just pretty much lead you back into the right before the decision. So you can't really fuck up the choice, so you can make the wrong choice and then make the correct one. Or, you can just give up and then automatically die. So this is if you give up. Zach goes crazy. That was pretty interesting. It gave you a little bit more insight on both Kaysen and Zach's predicament, which aren't revealed really during the main story. So I thought those small things you can miss. So let's point the gun at Emily and end her suffering.
There are some things in this world that must be extracted.
Hey, that's not
the line. No matter what. Even if that means losing someone that you love.
We've heard it several times now, Zach. There's things in this world that should not exist. I'm sorry, Emily. Oh, I still couldn't do it.
I can't do it. I can't kill Emily.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Stop.
Oh. Oh, yikes.
Emily! Ladies and gentlemen, and now the grand finale.
Emily, what have you done?
Zach, I wasn't used as soil at all.
No, you took care of that.
You're beautiful. The most beautiful person I've ever seen.
Thank you, Zach. I wanted to be with you.
Emily, no. You aren't supposed to go over there. That's not the way. Come back, Emily.
York and Zach. Finally, I understand. You two really are best friends. I'm a little jealous.
Hey, stand up, Zach. It's up to you now.
Emily, I finally got to meet you face to face. But you had to go with York, didn't you? He always gets the girl.
He's a good guy.
You see that too, right? He kept talking to me and ended up pulling me back out of that room. I'm sure he'll make you very happy.
Oh, he lost the girl and his friend.
Why did you bring Zack back? Who the hell are you two? How did you get out of the Red Room?
Okay. Let's kick Kaysen's ass. He has 2 main attacks in this form. First one is when you shoot him down, he'll come towards you in like a cannonball roll. And if you don't hit these correct button prompts, he'll hit you and then go right back up to the ceiling. The next one is just he'll shoot energy at you once or up to 3 times. And the Xbox version, original Xbox, the button prompts to avoid cannonball roll were a little bit more difficult. It was 3 instead of just the 2. So the strategy here is just really equip your Magnum, then shoot him down off the ceiling, and then dodge his cannonball attack. So he'll fall to the floor, and then shoot him 4 more times while he's on the floor of the theater. He seems to be a little bit invulnerable on his back, so it might take 1 or 2 bullets to actually knock him down off the ceiling. But you can only really get about 4 shots in before his body becomes invulnerable again. So just rinse and repeat. This form is not that hard. And you can avoid that cannonball attack just by moving to the side, just like Thomas's hooks. And there we go. Form 1 is done. I thought he was in the red room. You gotta make up your mind, Kaysen.
Humans are so foolish. So foolish. There's nothing to compare. With one whiff of that gas I made from the seeds, they happily kill each other. Even their neighbors, even the ones they love.
Aww. I like how he's like worried that he's gonna step on Emily.
Not much compared to the full effects of the seeds themselves, but I still got a really good laugh out of it. Anyway, I think we've had enough fun for today. But I really don't like having to exercise.
Oh my goodness. This part of the fight is the worst. It's a chase sequence. So basically just gotta wiggle the analog stick and dodge his attacks. That's all you can do, which is really annoying. He has 2 attacks. He has one where he'll throw some energy balls at you, sometimes 1, sometimes 3. And the next one is he just sort of runs into Zack, and you gotta push the button prompts to change it. Button prompts were a lot more complicated in the original. We got 4 instead of 2. But it's pretty much just a clockwise motion around the controller buttons, clockwise or counterclockwise. He also had its energy attack, which is just 1 button. What is interesting though is check out how many different views we get. We see different like far viewpoints, and you see Kaysen like coming up to Zack. It makes this portion a little bit more exciting, I think. But for some reason, in the director's cut, they cut out all those neat views out. I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but now this chase is rather boring. You just get this one view, and you dodge Kaysen's attacks. So yeah, Kaysen obviously is not human, given the way he was laughing at Zack earlier. Kind of explains why he hasn't aged since 1956 as well. So this is just my interpretation, but I've always thought that the special trick Kaysen employed to get the red trees to sprout involved getting a woman to ingest the red seeds and then have sexual intercourse with her. I mean, Kaysen heavily implied that he did more than just sit back and watch Emily's tree sprout over the last day and a half. Thanks to George's gloating during our last encounter, we know that the red seeds have an amorous side effect on those who eat them, since according to him, Becky and Anna immediately became like quote-unquote cats in heat after taking them. We also know that George had sex with them as well, but neither of them ever sprouted a tree in the days following their fun in the secret club. It appears that sprouting only occurs when Kaysen's directly involved, and as I mentioned earlier, he did heavily imply to York that he had had his way with Emily while York was incapacitated. It seems to me that the seeds also produce some sort of hallucinogenic side effect on the victims as well, since it appeared that Emily saw York or Zack in front of her before snapping out of it after Kaysen licked her face. I'm guessing that this side effect makes things easier for Kaysen to have his way with his victims as well. I don't know, am I far off base here? What do you guys believe Kaysen's trick entails? Let me know in the comments.
Emily, I will avenge your death. Just a moment longer. I'll buy you a new dress to make up for all the pain I've caused you. The dress you wore when you came to my hotel room didn't seem to fit you right. Kaysen, I've been meaning to tell you this. You're one crazy guy.
Zach, your one-liners are just as bad as yours. We got Hollywood Zoo and one crazy guy. Alright, this is the final fight, guys. The giant Kaysen only has 2 attacks. His one he'll spit out like this green energy from his arm. And then his other one is just spitting out energy from his mouth. So you can do that 1 to 3 times at a time. They're pretty much the same in the 360. Nothing's really harder in that version. Kaysen, you can only hurt him in one little spot, and that's on the doll. So this kind of makes the fight a little bit of a bitch to do. No melee weapons, you can only use your gun really, because you can't reach the doll. And what also kind of sucks is, even though the doll is this vulnerable spot, if he's in his pain animation, you can't get a second shot in. You can only really get 1 shot at a time. And as you can see here, I'm shooting the doll, but it's still just the bullets are bouncing off. I'm just not hitting the doll in the correct little hitbox portion. So that can make this fight a little bit frustrating. And you can't lock in onto the little doll. It will just lock in onto the big Kaysen, so you have to also aim manually to hit him. But at least in this version of the game, he doesn't take quite as many bullets. I think it's 26 shots. I think I counted when I was doing my guide. It was like 26 shots with the Magnum on hard mode. I do find it a little bit amusing that he turns into these 2 monstrous-like forms, and then the final fight is just pretty much a larger version of him. Nothing really scary about this form except his size. Now, all around this platform, there are boxes full of items. There's bullets, I think there's some health kits, whatnot, and Kaysen's very helpful by destroying the boxes for you with his first attack there. But since I have the unlimited Magnum, I don't really have to worry about bullets or anything like that. I'm just gonna concentrate on the doll. It is actually possible, if you can, he won't be able to get really any attacks out if you're able to just keep hitting the doll before he can charge up anything. I wasn't able to do it this time around, but I've done it once before in the past. The only really thing that makes these bosses difficult really is the small hitboxes. I mean, it's not very forgiving. If you're just a little bit off, you're not gonna draw any blood. Though I think I prefer the Kaysen fight over George's fight, just because I know I can really hit Kaysen at any time and I don't have to really wait for him to turn around or anything like that. Oh, come on, just one more hit. I hope I can get it off before he does an attack. Oh, yes. Okay, fight's not over yet. We have to do one more kill shot. But he's gonna hide the doll in his front pocket. There we go, it's gone. You can't reach it from down here. Make sure you switch to your submachine gun at this point. Alright, so he just did another energy attack, but now his fist is staying on the platform. You need to climb up it, and then climb up his arm and shoot the doll in his pocket. But you only have about 20 to 30 seconds. Once you start climbing on that arm, you have to get to that doll right away. If not, this will happen, and if you don't complete the button prompts, you'll get knocked back onto the platform, and Kaysen will actually fill up a bit of his life, and you have to go back to shooting the doll. So kind of like with George with the red seeds, Kaysen will regain some of its life. But in the original version, it was even worse. You got 4 buttons, and if you didn't shoot it, if you're on hard mode, his life bar practically fills all the way back up. So it's a big pain in the ass. So if you don't reach his fist in time, you don't have to worry about it. You just have to wait for him to knock it down once again, and then you can climb it. But once you're on there, get to the doll right away. I wonder if that's like his real form right there, that little eyeball thing.
because you don't understand humans.
Emily, York tries not to show it, but he's pretty shy. Don't wait for him to propose. Just ask him to marry you.
Alright, that should do it for this video. Next time is Epilogue. We actually have a lot of stuff we're going to do in that chapter. A lot more optional conversations. We got side missions to complete. Ooh, it's going to be a long one. So the game isn't over just yet. Talk to you next time. Okay.